Midwest Picker on YouTube.
Hey everybody, welcome to the Midwest Picker YouTube channel. My name is Dave. This is Joey. He also answers to Turd Ferguson. I am a full-time RN, part-time reseller, part-time YouTube content creator. Thank you for coming here today. I have to address this issue. Other people are talking about it on social media, YouTube, all over the place. It appears a ton of people are quitting eBay. And that's what you might be asking yourself. Are resellers quitting eBay? The quick answer is yes. So in this video, I'm going to go over why some resellers are quitting eBay and why I'm not going to. First, let's talk about the evidence. If you watch YouTube videos, and you're here, so I assume you do, you probably see a lot of thumbnails that look like this. We are done. Or I'm quitting eBay. Or eBay is dead. Things like that. And there are many other thumbnails and videos around the same theme. This is nothing new. People have been quitting eBay for years. And just as people die and babies are born, people quit eBay, and new resellers are signing up for eBay every day. But as of the recording of this video, September 20, 2025, it seems like the needle is going in the wrong direction and more people are quitting. The other piece of evidence is when I peruse online sites like Craigslist, Facebook Marketplace, looking for a product to resell. I'm seeing more and more ads like this: bulk reseller lot or my eBay inventory. And if I click on these to look at it, a lot of them are saying I'm done with the reselling, or I'm selling my eBay business, I'm getting out of it, and I'm just selling everything off. I never really seen things like that very much in the past, but I'm seeing it more and more lately. And the other thing is, these are just local ads to me. I have no idea, like bigger cities and other states, I'm sure it's happening there. But this is just a small West Michigan local area, and I'm seeing it more and more. Now for the sexy part of the video: why are people quitting eBay? Joey has his theory, I have my theory. There are multiple reasons. I'm just going to cover the top two, but people have lots of reasons. They don't have the time, they don't have the space, they're just getting out of it because they go from working part-time to working full-time, or they were a full-time reseller and they just can't make the income, so they have to quit and get a full-time job. But I'm going to cover the two big reasons I think people are quitting eBay. I think one big reason is ever worsening sales. There was a time back in the day where eBay was the only big platform for reselling. Back in the day, in the late 90s, we still had newspapers, so you could resell by putting classified ads in the newspaper. You could set up a table at a flea market. Heck, if you had a house, you could resell in your driveway or your garage. Not very big, but we're talking e-commerce, online platforms. eBay had a monopoly. They were the only big fish out there. There were other small fish. There was Yahoo auctions for a while. Amazon was selling books only, but eBay was the big guy. But I don't have to tell you how much competition eBay has today in 2025. There are too many reselling platforms to even mention. I don't know if it's in the dozens. I don't know if it's closer to 50, but the competition today is crazy. So these other platforms are competing for sellers and buyers. Even though eBay is the biggest for reselling, they are feeling the pinch from all the competition. The other small reason maybe is people are niching down. Niche, whatever you want to call it. If you want to focus on a niche, let's say coins, video games, clothing, craft items, LP records, there's reselling platforms that focus on those. So if you want to sell just that, it might make sense to quit eBay and sign up for a different platform. Some eBay resellers might be switching to live selling. Now, eBay does have eBay Live. My personal experience is it's kind of a mess until they fix it and tweak it. But think of the competition for live reselling. You have Whatnot, you have District, you have all of the social media platforms, YouTube, Lives. There's ways for that quick sale, that quick buck, instead of the long tail sales of eBay. Some people might just say, I'm done with buy it now. I want to do live and make tons of sales in one day. And lastly, there's the whole tax thing. Joey is my CPA. He does all my taxes for me. Taxes can tend to freak people out, and there is a lot of confusion. Again, I'm recording this September 20, 2025. And I'm going to share with you some of the confusion and why some people might be jumping ship, quitting eBay, because they don't want to declare their taxes. People have been selling for cash and avoiding paying personal income tax or tax on their profits for 100 years. We've all been to flea markets. We've all been to garage sales. We know how that happens. These are cash transactions, and people liked it that way. Then came eBay, and that was fine for a while until eBay started issuing 1099K forms, which this is just a little love note to tell you that they're reporting your gross sales to the IRS. And some eBay resellers try to stay below that threshold of the IRS knowing what they're doing to avoid paying taxes. This is both unethical and illegal, and you do not want to get caught doing that. According to the IRS, you have to pay taxes on any profit you make over $400. Less than that, they don't really care. And this is regardless if you're issued a 1099K or not, or any other 1099 form. I think 1099C is like gig work. You have to pay your taxes. And whether you realized it or not, if you sell for the purpose of earning a profit, you are a sole proprietor. Whether you file with your state or not, that's what you are. eBay issuing you a 1099K is, think of it like a courtesy. They're required by law to do it, but that has nothing to do with whether or not you pay taxes. There have been legislative changes this year on the 1099K threshold, which is reported to the IRS. And this is where people are getting confused, and I don't blame them. My first trip was the good old irs.gov. Who doesn't love going to that website, irs.gov? When I'm bored watching YouTube videos for 8 hours, I just hop over to the IRS website because it's so fascinating. So I asked the website, what is the current 1099K threshold for reporting gross sales and paying taxes? Now again, September 20, 2025, and this is what the website said. And I was very confused. The website said, as of 2025, the threshold is $2,500. What? Did you know that? Joey didn't know that. I didn't know that. I thought it was a bit confusing and odd. So I skipped over to my second favorite website, ebay.com. I asked eBay the exact same question, and what did eBay say? They said $20,000. Then to add to the confusion, you have people giving advice on social media, on Reddit, on eBay forums, people asking tax advice. Horrible idea, especially social media. And they're getting all different advice, $600, $20,000. I don't know. Do this, do that. My advice is don't take advice for taxes on social media. That can be disastrous, including me. This is social media on YouTube. Don't take tax advice from me. Talk to an advisor, talk to a professional. I personally use TurboTax for Business. They're updated. They get all the information from the IRS, or use a CPA or a tax preparer. Don't believe what you see on Reddit or Facebook or from me. So now that I was thoroughly confused, I did what any good reseller would do. I asked AI. And good old AI said this about the new threshold withholding for this year. A new law, the One Big Beautiful Bill Act, was signed in July of 2025, restoring the Form 1099K reporting threshold to its original level of $20,000 and more than 200 transactions. This change is retroactive to 2022, confusing, and reverses the phased-in thresholds previously announced by the IRS. Here is a summary of the key details. The new law, the act, signed July 4th, 2025, changed the reporting thresholds for several 1099 forms. 1099K reporting, the law repeals the $600 threshold that was enacted by the American Rescue Plan and was set to be phased in. It reverts the reporting requirements for third-party networks to the original threshold. So there you go. Good old AI. Well, there you have it. 100% clear, I think. It appears the old trusty irs.gov website hasn't been updated yet. Shocker. But having said all that, I think the majority of people are quitting eBay. It's probably due to poor sales. They're thinking another platform, better sales. I'm going to niche. I'm going to sell on Depop or Etsy or Poshmark or something else. And I think a few people are freaking out about the taxes and the threshold and the 1090K. What's right? What's wrong? What I believe? I don't know what to believe. IRS.gov is wrong. Forums and Reddit and advice online is wrong. eBay appears to be right, backed up by AI. But again, ask a professional. I personally am not quitting eBay. It is not the largest e-commerce online platform. That would be Walmart and Amazon. But it is the largest reselling platform in the world. Still the big guy, still king for me. I sell collectibles, vintage, newer, retail arbitrage, used tools, all kinds of stuff. I'm all over the map. I'll sell anything for $1. So eBay is still best for me. So put down in the comments, I want to know, are you thinking about quitting eBay? Did you quit eBay and why did you? Do you cross-post to multiple platforms with or without eBay? I want to know down in the comments. Thanks for watching, guys. Hit that thumbs up. Share this video with anybody that's asking you tax questions. That's a reseller that might be confused. Any resellers that are thinking of quitting, hit that share button and share it with them. Subscribe if you're not. I'm glad you're here. Thanks for watching. Until next time, see ya.